Howdy. Hope everybody's doing well, having a good night. So, as you can see, I am in a spot. Originally, I was like, I wanted to do early game with sailing, which I have. My sailing's actually currently 58. So I've actually, to show, all of the ports I've unlocked are like every starting point humanly possible. Here. I think there's like a few that, like, that's an island. But like, I can't do any of this. I can't even go there anyways at the moment. And I'm going to be well beyond that level at that point, right? Not to mention that, like, I'm also not going to be up here for a bit. So, it's not really a problem in my opinion. I know originally I was trying to keep everything to certain areas, and it did open up my eyes to some different forms of training, which was the end goal anyways. Because by the end of this I was going to be roaming all of this. I'm not going to touch the wilderness for a while. Honestly, probably not even going to touch Mauritania for a bit, or anything like that. But I was figuring I would do some of the quests here, get them accomplished, try out using the Slayer Master here, because that's one I've never used. Well, no, I take that back. I used it once, and it had, I forget what the thing was called, but it's the electric thingies. Let's see. It's an early monster. Kilowatts. Those things are awful and should be deleted from the game. Anyways, yeah, so, like, I kind of hit a point in sailing. Well, first off, in 2 weeks or so, probably, the summer sweep up's going to have a lot of update stuff to sailing, which will be good, which would make it more worthwhile for me to do then. I'm still going to level it up in the meanwhile. I just didn't want to do only, because, like, the only things you have currently is you do salvaging, you do your port tasks. I mean, charting is a thing you just passively do, but it's salvaging, Barracuda trials, and port tasks. I still have to do the temper tantrum, which is fine. Jubbly Jive will do it whenever I feel like it. But my whole point is right here. So I hit 50, and this felt good, unlocking all of this, right? And then it's like you have a gap from 50 to 62, which you have Relica, etc., Port Tyrus, Deepfin. Like, you have all of that area. And it doesn't feel like you unlock anything else, really. And then you have your mooring points. And these are just being able to access an island, right? So, Isle of Souls, Bones, Laguna Aurora, which actually is a pretty good island, if I recall. Let me look. I'm kind of sussing about, so... Yeah, this is actually a pretty good island, in my opinion. It's got some interesting stuff. It has a spirit tree, of all things, which is cool. And it has U's and stuff like that. It's weird because there's nothing else there, really. Like, there's some pirates here, if I recall. And I think some, like, moss giants. Or no. Yeah, there's a Kuresk lair. But then, like I've said, like I've mentioned a few times, there's this zero access to a Slayer Master, which makes things really weird. But yeah, so I'm not going to stop doing sailing content, but I am going to mix it up a little bit more and start doing some of the early game quests, so that way when I get to you know, approaching mid game, I'll actually be a bit more well-rounded. I do have to say, for sailing, salvaging is incredible for passive money making. I made... Let's see. I was doing tasks to and from. So, like, example, if I went to go do salvaging, I would try to do port tasks that were like Port Sarum or whatnot to Void Knight Outpost. And so, like, I ended up doing that, and then would go salvage, and then I would come back and I'd do some more, you know, port tasks. But it was really nice, like, being able to go and do that for a bit. The only problem is that I guess the best way to explain it is, like, when you're salvaging, it really doesn't feel like you're actively playing. Like, okay, here, I'm clicking and mining, right? And it's kind of like doing its own thing or whatever. This feels more active in a way than salvaging. And I was actively trying to salvage. Yeah. I also, one of the other things was I didn't want to completely, like, stunt the growth of my Iron Man too much, at least, with not having things like a gem bag, or especially since they recently put in where you can upgrade it. Having a gem bag, having a seed bag, herb bag, you know, that kind of good stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it, like, with it. Like, I'm gonna go and finish up this load of these. I'm trying to get a bunch of... Oh, whoops. I guess I didn't repair it. I am trying to get all of the Prospector outfit. So I'm going to work on that and then get the gem bag. That's what I started working on today. I also got burnout on doing salvaging. Because yeah. It can just be so boring on the like in the long run. It's nice for if you're like watching a movie or something and you're chilling, or watching a show or or listening to a podcast, or like I have to let's say I'm doing chores around the house. That's actually when I'm going to do some salvaging. Like look, that stack of money I am so happy about. Let's go and deposit this. Remove the deposit lock on that. Okay. So I do want to do some some of the Lumbridge quests that I did miss out on. I feel like they're important to start with. So we're going to do Sheep Shearer, Cook's Assistant, you know, some of those. Vampire Slayer. I'll end up getting my... I'm going to put skilling, like, outfits in a spot. Because I plan to have, like, skilling outfits and stuff. Okay, so we'll end up having an adamant scimitar. I'll carry around some money. I will also carry around... Oh yeah, whenever I happen to do this, I can take those to Varrock Museum. Oh, I could do that for getting Slayer and Hunter levels early on. But I'm gonna try not to hit Varrock yet. I don't wanna go too far, like too much into that. I know it sounds dumb, and it probably kind of is. Where can I purchase law runes? Yeah, and especially since I'm having to wait like a couple weeks to see, because I do want to see how the sailing deliveries work with the loot bags and stuff. I want to see if those actually end up being worth it or not. And yeah, I could have tried that on my main or something like that, but like I feel like on the iron it has way more impact and way more usefulness. I also originally wanted to see how sailing to start with would affect how that would affect like your progress and everything. Like if it would help or hinder it. So I also like I originally said, I kind of like having I don't like I like trying different things. So, you know, I know a lot of people end up doing like the seaweed runs and stuff like that. I actually haven't done one seaweed run on the main. I was doing like herb runs and stuff like that. Okay. So where can I buy them? Alcarad, Lunar, Mage Arena, Wizards Guild, Cantorum apitol. Okay, so I really don't have that available. Okay. So okay. We're just going to start from the beginning. But yeah, I definitely plan on getting like gem bag and all that good stuff. I may as well just start with talking with the cook. I'll grab the pot. I need to get flour. You don't look happy. Blah, blah, blah. What's wrong? Yep. Cook's assistant. Get a jug. Oh, wait. I need egg, pot of flour, and bucket of milk. Not a jug of water. Never mind. Okay. So we'll do that. In the process, we're going to... Why did I didn't know that there was a second floor. Give me a bucket, and then give me a pair of shears. We're gonna shear these sheep in the meanwhile. There can only be one. He has a lot of health. It feels so weird to be here in Lumbridge right now. Oh, it... I hate that it does that. Sometimes when you have a quest going, for some reason Runelight freaks out. Oh yeah, that's the penguins. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Pretty sure it's 20. And then I can grab the egg over here, talk to the farmer here, complete the quest. So, looking for a quest. Sheep shearer. Yeah. I'm gonna grab the egg. Grab a thing of wheat. Okay. So then we go and do this. Fill the hopper. Pull the crane. Okay, get the flour. Oh yeah, I gotta get the milk. Technically, I could do the cow boss. Farming Cow Boss for Muleta wouldn't be terrible, but I don't know. I could also pick up like Ali, the quest for the prince, to rescue the prince. You know, I actually remember when I was playing RuneScape, and they had, for like, I think it was the first time, they ended up changing the Prince Ali quest, and I went to redo it, and it was kind of nuts because it was like, oh wait, I need to go up. It was something like it was, I think, was it voice acted? I don't quite remember, but I just remember it was freaking weird. You know? Okay. So we end up getting this. We get that done. We get we can do the murder mystery quest. We can do there's a lot of quests to do. And questing is huge. Having a head start on some of these skills is going to make things a lot easier too. Oh, I can do what's its ghost. I also have a really good spot now for killing imps. So that's also good. I can always go over there, get the 4 beads within, I don't know, 5 minutes. I need to get there you go. Are you kidding me? It did all of it but one. Oh, I'm pissed. Okay. I will come back to that. Let's see. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, and I never ended up getting my Iron Man armor. I feel really dumb about that one. Okay, so I've got that. What else do I need? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the Ali quest as well as the Restless Ghost at the same time. Temple of the Eye, no. The Feud. Prince Ali Rescue is right down here. I will say if I end up happening to get rats as a Slayer task, I'm going to save that for Scurious, probably. I don't know. Depends. Wrong place. Alright. What up, dude? Can I help you? Yes. Okay. Red berries, ash, bucket of water, pot of flour, bronze bar, pink skirt, 3 beers. I actually do need to go to Varrock for this. Three balls of wool. The yellow dye, I know where to get red berries. Actually, I'm going to go grab that while I can. Because that teleport's going to be insanely good. I need to get this, or that. Gonna carry this for when I need it. Okay, so I need a bucket of water, ashes, red berries. I can get ashes while I get the 4 beads. 3 balls of wool, soft clay. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Fishing trawler, teleport. We're going to start gathering these, as well as gathering a few other items. I might need to grab my boat. Recover? Yeah, it's at Ardoin. Okay. Pink skirt, red berry, ashes. Okay, I know where red berries are. I know where the dye is. The dye I can get at Taltechlin. The soft clay is questionable. Ashes, bucket of water, pot of flour. That's relatively easy. Bronze bar and rope I should bring out. I'll actually check. Can I get... I can get a pink skirt in Barlamore. So I actually don't need to hit Varrock. Bucket of water, ash, pot of flour. I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit bank here first. We're gonna pick up. Do not have clay. Bronze bar, rope. Red berries I can pick up at Port Sarum. Balls of wool I can pick up right here. Yellow dye. I don't know. I'm actually going to pick up a handful of balls of wool. Nothing else there. Red berries, ashes, bucket of water. The pot of flour I can either make or I can go get it from... There's a few shops I can get it from, I believe. Just need those. Okay. The 3 beers I can pick up in Lumbridge when I home telly. My plan is... My plan is to charter over to Ortis. Okay. I could even hit this bar here and see if they have just beers. That's not necessarily a bad idea. I still can't use the bird here, which I should end up doing that quest next. Like, after I take care of some of these other quests. Beer. 1, 2, 3. Nah. Soft clay, ashes. Let's go to the gen store over here. I'm pretty sure pink skirt's either here or it's at the crafting shop. Backward. I'll get a pot just in case. I'm going to get a bucket for water. Okay. It's just a silk merchant. Okay. Okay. I just need to figure out the soft clay, which I can figure out when I get to Taltechlin. Red berry is that. Yellow dye is that. Ashes, that. Wait, what level crash star is this? Prospect it. Level 80. Okay. Right. It's like... Is it here? No. It's citizen. Where the heck did I pick up a pink skirt here? Estate agent, food shop, gen store. Doubtful at that shop. Oh, clothes store. That's where it is. Of course. Because I do remember, you know what? I'll drive by Pickpocket. I do remember people complaining about there not being any unique items for the Varlamore shops. Which personally I totally agree with. I wish that they had more unique items that you could end up messing around with. But Pink skirt. You know what? Let me get blue cape. There is a water source down here, so I may as well go and fill this bucket. Okay. So I just need 5 items. I could actually make a pot of flour over here at Castori as well. At least I believe so. Just pick a thing of wheat while I'm walking past. Okay. So yeah, we'll take the shortcut that I have available over here. Oh, I did end up going to Minotaur Island, and I got my prayer up to 21 for right now. I was actually relatively happy with that. But yeah, I'm still like unsure as to what sailing like what sailing is going to add to the game in total. It adds some outlets for some money and alternative methods to get seeds. But outside of that, a lot of it's self-contained. Like you go and you do sailing to get some sailing stuff, you know? And in my opinion, that's not great. While I do like while I do like the methods, some of the methods for training sailing, I just think they still need it's going to need a lot of work over years, pretty much. I mean, it very much reminds me of how like so many of the skills were when they first came out. Like for agility, you didn't have rooftops. You just had agility training courses. And that was it. Um I mean, you also had the Brimhaven agility course. But then you also had the choice of oh, I could go Kastori first and then go Tauteklin. I think that's a good play. Where is I'm curious as to where the no. Stop moving around. Oh, windmill's right there. Okay. We're gonna go down this ladder, get ashes, and whatever else. Oh, those are fiendish ashes. How do I get regular ashes? Unless fiendish ashes actually just work. No, they don't. Huh. But I still need the beads anyways. Yellow bead. Egg. Okay. This is such a good spot to farm out the beads. Clay. That's huge. I didn't even know that was part of their drop table. Cadava berries. If they drop red berries, that's actually kind of cool. Bronze bolts. We'll get it. We'll get it eventually. Egg. A bucket. Okay. Hey, you know what? I'll take it for the drip. Oh, screw that then. That just saved me a little bit of time. What would drop ashes? Um... A ghost? No. Hmm. White bead. Sick. We've got 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they just drop regular ashes. Ball of wool, that's... These guys drop everything. Don't need another white bead. Would be nice if I could, like, trade them. Um... It's so weird. I don't know. Another white bead? Are you serious? Hammer. I remember back when RuneScape 2 first launched. And, you know, you still had the ability to choose if you wanted your account on one or the other. I still remember, like, um, like, all the talismans being super... Wait, was that ashes? Yeah, it is. Sick. Oh yeah, I could have just burnt logs. Duh. I just want the other 2 beads. I keep getting the same 2. Of course. Black bead. Just complain and you end up getting the beads that you need, right? Chef hat's important. I'll need that for later. I just need the red bead. Okay. Sad. Let's see. I wish that was not an egg. So I'm looking up, let's see. The rarest item that an imp will drop is outside of the champion school, right? Outside of that, it's like a tie between a potion, cooked meat, and bread. Bucket of water. Yeah, I need that. That, and then drop that one. That's huge. So, all I need is the red bead. Please. Okay. Between doing this one, red bead, we're done. Sick. Alright. So, I need the yellow dye, which I believe I can get from Taltaclin. There's the dye shop there, in which I'm going to buy, like, a handful of each dye, because I will need it. Let's go over here. let's drop off the chef hat and the shears and the key. The rest is fine. That's huge though. I'm really happy about that. Okay, so buy yellow dye, and then we'll buy first off we're gonna get an orange dye. There we go. I'm just grabbing one of each for right now. I'll probably grab some extras later. Either that or get the ability to teleport here, and then it becomes kind of a moot point. But I do remember, there being a quest, Ghosts Ahoy, I think. So I'm not going to be doing that one for a little bit, but you never know. Pandemonium. And then take this over to Port Sarum. Go to the food store, which I think this is the grocer. We're gonna buy red berry. And done. Okay, we've got all this stuff. I'll be going down toward Draenor. So, it's fine. I'll turn in the last, cotton bowl. I'm going to start this one over here, so I can do 2 quests at once. It's, Howdy. I'm looking for a quest. Restless Ghost. Okay. So if I recall, I need to go over that way and go talk to him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I gotta go down there, talk to him, go back, and then go back over toward the wizard, or the wizard tower, yeah. Okay. Done. Sweet. Okay, so while I'm in Draenor, I'm going to pick up I'm going to pick up a thing of garlic. because I'll need a steak and all that stuff. So I'll grab the garlic now. We can make the steak and all that stuff in a little bit. Ned is fantastic. And that's done. Use the dye with the wig. Bang. Talk to Kelly in the jail. Yeah. So, I might... I'm going to try and finish these up, and then I might head off, because for some reason, honestly, I'm pretty exhausted. My sleep's been kind of jank, so apologies for it being a shorter one tonight. Like, I honestly was originally use key print on any furnace with a bronze bar in your inventory to make the key. You know what? I got an idea. We'll go talk to the guy down here. But yeah, I am just utterly exhausted. I was originally planning to like stream till like 2 or 3 or something. Because I really just want to stream. It's just that a combination of like weather and... Because weather's been really bad recently. Weather and then just not feeling great. Haven't been a good combo. Okay. So if I go and I take that back... Because if I remember, I still need to go and get his head, or skull, or whatever, out of the wizard tower. So, I go to Lumbridge, I go and I use the key thing, get that. I then... I also put on the Ghost Speak, end up talking to the ghost in here, and get things figured out and done. Then, like, essentially I'm doing 4 quests at once, which is nice. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Oh, I can talk to Count Check too, and I believe... Check my account. Never mind, I guess. As I passed the check before, there's no prize. Oh, okay. Okay. Don't remember that, but okay. Unless it's like the random event. Whatever. Okay. For the steak, let's see, Vampire Slayer, Dr. Harlow, found in the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. Okay. Well, that'll be done later. Hey, Jack. It's going alright. Ended up started doing, some of the early quests. Just because I've got, sailing up to 58. And right now, it's kind of like, there's not very much else to unlock from it. So. But, yeah, it's going pretty well. How you been? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's see. I can get, like, all of these done at once, which is nice. It also kind of helps me that, you know, I've done these quests like a million times, so. AFK shooting stars because I'm doing schoolwork. Yo, shooting stars are great. Yeah. Cannot recommend enough. There we go. Use the rope. Use the key. Sup. There we go. Yeah, I probably should do that on my main. Okay, so I just need to return there. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of like wood cutting last night. I ended up getting my wood cutting on my main up to 91, which is nice. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. Okay, so I should be able to instantly complete the one quest. Let's see, it's up here. Is it third? Wait, Evil Bob event? Hello? Yeah, we'll do that. Are we doing balloons again? Yep. Okay. Bet. Where's the heck? Oh, there it is. Cool. That's done. Squirrel thing. Cool. Trying to get everything to 70 for quests. That's actually a really good goal. That's a really, really good goal. I know that recently, whoops. With the update that happened a couple days ago, if you had, I think you only need like 45 sailing, but I remember you mentioning that your sailing was kind of low, but if you had ended up getting it a bit higher, there's a pretty good like semi AFK mining and smithing method right now, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I actually did the wrong one. Are you freaking kidding me? It's this stupid one right here. Stomp. Gimme. Yeah. I thought that's what the other one was. Okay, it's a ram. Easy. And we're done. Letting Tears of Gothic get my sailing experience. That's how I feel for agility. Always. anyways. What do I want to put experience into? We're putting it into smithing. Because smithing is such a disgusting skill, especially on an iron. You don't hate agility? Really? Give me a quest, please. Yeah. There you go. Done. 64 agility. Okay, so I think I have 75 on the main. Okay, so back to back on the main into doing it on the group Ironman that I did. I ended up running laps for, I think it was between 12 and 20 hours in Canifus for the for full graceful. And it sucked so bad. By the end of it, I just turned brain off by the end of it. Did hate grinding graceful. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to grind graceful on the iron because of how they changed energy usage. Still locked out of that. Let's see. That's in Varrock, so I'll do Vampire Slayer tomorrow, I guess. I've got that done. Okay. Double course method, which made it go faster. Wait, double course method. What is that? I have no idea on like agility tech. Is it go and do one course, get the mark of agility or grace mark, and then go to another one and do it? That sounds a little tedious, but I mean, I guess it could work. But yeah, I think with agility, one of the things I wish they ended up doing was I wish they had adopted Silverhawks into old school. In RuneScape 3, Silverhawk boots were ones where as you ran, you ended up getting agility experience. And I think it can be balanced and fine to where like even just running and expending energy should net you like 1 or 2 agility experience per like 10%. It's not much. It's literally a trickle of it. But I think it would go a long way. Oh, wrong amulet. Do Colossal Worm the other course because it gives a different currency since Marks of Grace are on their own time. Oh, okay. I know that use in here. I know that Marks of Grace being on their own timer, you can also just lazily do laps in Mauritania or wherever you choose to. But yeah, that I didn't even consider that. That's interesting. Right, I need to turn this in. So that will be what, 5 quests done within the hour, I think. That's not bad. And then I could do... You know what? I might do... I don't know. It depends. I might do, like... Okay, so here's what I was thinking. I might go do... What Lies Below. And get down in here. Or below Ice Mountain or whatever. Because that's a pretty good quest to do. I can get the hammer unlock. It would help with leveling up mining. Yep. I could do... Oh, I should have picked up Rune Mysteries. But Rune Mysteries will require me going to Varrock. And I really don't want to right this second. I'm not doing Shadow of the Storm. Can't do that yet. Feud, can't do it yet. Temple of the Eye, can't do it yet. That's locked behind that. That's locked behind. Okay. Oh, right. Rune Mystery starts in Lumbridge, and then you go over to the Wizard Tower, and then you go up to Varrock, and then you go back. Yeah. I think in the future I'm going to do Wildly Course and see how that works. Wilderness... I would probably recommend, if you're going to do it, I would do it around now. Because this is the time, like, right now, and not, like, right this second, but in general, from what I've seen, the wilderness has been utterly dead. Like, it seems extremely safe to end up doing. I've never done... Well, okay. I haven't done the current iteration of the wilderness course. I actually did the original iteration because that was one of the better ways to level up agility, like way back during RuneScape 2. And so also I used to PK there and whatnot, so but yeah, it's definitely a lot safer right now. And if you're worried about getting PK'd, because I know that would be an issue, just try to take Tangles with you. Take Tangles and have combo food, and you should be fine. Solvid, he did it for 5 hours and got like 5 cake tickets for a big experience drop. It's not even just the big experience drop. If you do Wilderness, you actually get a metric ton of money out of it too. So, the way it works is you put in, I think it's like 50k, which isn't that much. It's however much money. And then you end up doing your laps, and as long as you're doing consecutive laps without leaving the course, you'll end up getting progressively better and better rewards. And like you can kind of like cap out, I think it's somewhere between 1 mil and 2 mil an hour. Need 150. Yeah, if I wasn't on a hardcore, I'd be tempted to do it now. Because this is kind of like a really good time to. Like, for my account and whatnot. Because I actually do have the money. It's just, I don't have... Like... I don't have one bit of survivability right now. Not to mention, I'm just like if I really wanted money, I would just go salvaging again. Salvaging is so easy for money, especially the later in level you get. So when I was doing it on the main, and this is when prices had tanked super hard, I was getting passively, like I wasn't even, literally I was sitting there and letting the storage fill up and then just sorting for like throughout the day while I was doing other stuff. I think I was netting between like 2 to 5 mil a day. It was nice. It's not very much, but it was nice. I do hope I do hope we get some like, how do I'm trying to think of how to say it. I do hope that we get some like yeah, go ahead. Um I do hope we end up getting like some fun combat methods for sailing. I guess that's the best way of putting it. The quest kind of gives me a little bit of hope. It is jank, but it did work for combat. Yeah. I think that's the best way to say it, really. Because, like, um, it it didn't feel great. It was a bit confusing, but like I could still fight stuff. I guess that's my explanation. Not to mention that like you actually do have to think about, like what what enemy, if you're going to attack the boat or if you're going to attack the enemies on the boat, which is nice. I do like that. I don't I'm torn on the whole like, I'm torn on the whole idea of like doing full damage to enemies or to like sea creatures um while on a boat, but it's whatever. The I think they just need a variety of weapons, kind of like you have a variety of weapons or things to use or do for combat, and like in the overall game. But I mean, it's at least a good first attempt, I guess. Actually, funny enough, I almost got like backed out because I ended up going in and I didn't realize that they were shooting, like I didn't realize at first that they were going to shoot arrows or anything. So like I ended up going in with like no prayer protection, and they ended up hitting like an 18 and 14 or something like that, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I actually have to be careful here." All right. Cool. Okay, so talk to Dr. Harlow, go and get the steak. Okay. Let me get a beer, I guess, first. I love how... Okay. Thanks. Cool. I love how half of the quests from, like, RuneScape Classic into RuneScape 2 were all get somebody drunk and then go and do something. Like, almost every time. Here you go. Yes, I would love a cuppa. That's actually amazing. Okay. Okay, so I have the steak. I have the research notes. I can knock out both of these. Yeah. Okay. We'll end up going through here. Let's see, I've got the garlic, the steak. I think that's all I need for that. But I don't recall. I could actually... Vampire Slayer. I need a hammer. Okay. Good, 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 good. Yeah, and then we kill the Count. Isn't there a quest that's at the manor? Ernest the Chicken. Let's see. Let's see if I can do Ernest the Chicken. Oh yeah, yes. It just requires nothing, really. Yeah, having, even though it was like, I don't know, a week pretty much of doing a bunch of sailing stuff, I think it ends up being worth it. Because I now have a lot of money, so I can buy runes, I can buy full runite if I want. No. Just, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, being able to get all of these. Oh, Ernest the Chicken also kind of sucks. I forgot. Ernest the Chicken unlocks killer watts, and I hate those. Got Rune Pouch, took a bit longer than I thought. Did you get it through Slayer or Last Man Standing? Or congrats, though. That's a huge unlock. Mage Arena. Oh, right. I forgot they put it in there, too. Yeah, I'll need to go there for when I go to get, what is it? Bones to Peaches? Bones to Peaches is gonna be really nice when I get to that point. That is not for probably a couple weeks, honestly. That's your weekend grind? Yeah. It's not too bad if you have the plugin. If you have the plugin on RuneLite, it's relatively easy. It's just, it takes time. Thankfully, it takes less time now than what it did. We'll end up doing the start of this. Because I'm going to have to walk past where the vampire is anyways. How does this auto-pathing work? Bro. I was so confused, but I had to let it go. I had to. Okay. Told myself I was going to do one portion each day, but I have schoolwork. Yeah, I mean, like, it's good to split the grind. Not to mention that, like, especially when you have limited time, it's just nice to do it whenever, like, and not take up all of your free time doing it. I always like to, like, when brain is off, that's when I like to do grinds like that. Whereas if I'm like focused, I'll do stuff that I'm just having fun with or whatever. Huh. That's interesting that they only give you one experience on stuff. Oh, right. I have to use the stake. Huh? Am I supposed to use the garlic on him? I forget. Bro, use the dang steak. Hold on. It's been forever. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is gonna... Yeah, it always does that. Vampire Slayer. It's been so long since I've done Vampire Slayer. Steak, combat. Oh, I need the hammer. I'm so dumb. I forgot that. Whoops. Okay. We'll end up grabbing the spade. And keep doing... We'll keep doing Ernest the chicken. That's fine. Just run past us. It's fine. There we go. Bang. The only grind you're not 100% ready for, Runecraft and Construction. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to recommend for Runecraft, chip away at it. Because otherwise you are you're going to be stuck in a really bad spot for it. At least with okay, so at least with construction, you can sit there and do like you can do like a lot of um you know, like uh the oak, what are they called? They're the stupid they're the things in the kitchen. I forget what they're called. But there's like a few different things. You could do mythical cape yeah, myth cape, the myth cape racks. Um that works. There's a lot of methods for that, and it's not too bad because you don't really need 99. You just need like 84 or 85. Like once you get 85, you can boost up to 99 for anything that you really want, or at least close enough to get whatever you need. So it's not really a problem there. Runecraft, on the other hand, it's like the best experience rates you're getting are like, it depends. If the best experience rates, if I recall, are like doing well, now you could do Sunfire runes. Sunfire runes aren't too bad. But doing lava runes are just lava runes are still best experience, which is insane. At least to what I recall. It might be wrath runes now, but like lava runes are pretty much all the way up until wrath runes, at least to my knowledge. Which is just bonkers. Like your best output experience on Runecraft is something like, it's something stupid. It's um like 40k or 50k experience. Like it's not good. Been using lamps on Runecraft and gotten it to 40. Yeah, that's the way to do it, honestly. Um I'd probably do that, and then I'd probably just like do some like Guardians. Guardians of the Rift isn't too bad as a minigame for it, but yeah. Stab him. Do it. Just get him. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going back here. We're doing the puzzle room. I remember doing this originally. Yeah. This is one that you just never forget. Been working on Fossil Island, try to get experience lamps that way. That's not a bad idea either. Honestly, you can just like, if not wanting to runecraft that much, I would probably, oh right, you have to go through here. Yeah, this whole puzzle I remember doing, I actually wrote down like a whole thing for it. It was like, you pull this lever to get this lever, and yeah. But yeah, this quest is always nostalgic for that. But for runecraft, it's good. Like it's even like level 40 is not that bad. Like if you do like rune mysteries and then unlock guardians and then sit there and do guardians, you can kind of chill with guardians for a bit. Like minimal effort and get quite a bit of it, like free levels out of it. The problem lies in like levels like 70 onward, because it really starts to scale on you. Like I think on my main I'm only 77 runecraft, because I got up to death runes and then I said this sucks really bad. Like I was doing guardians because with Guardians of the Rift you can end up getting a colossal pouch, which you combine all your pouches together into one giant pouch, which is nice. I ended up getting that, and I got half of the... There's an outfit for that, which ends up giving you, I believe, more runes. Like, I got everything else. I got, like, the Abyssal Lantern and stuff like that. But, like, just doing the quest, or not quest, doing the skill, it's just such a pain. And, like, with, like, when RuneScape 2 first came out, the only way to level up RuneCraft was, for a long time, it was you had to just altar run. And what a lot of people ended up doing was they would end up paying people to run Essence for them. And then yeah. That like that's pretty much all it was. They would pay people to run Essence hourly for them. So like there would be like 8 or 10 Essence runners. And then on top of that, you also had like eventually you had the Abyss. Me personally, I enjoyed PKing more at the Abyss at that time. But yeah, I don't know. Like I kind of I kind of wish I would get into PKing currently, but I kind of wish I wouldn't. Because, like, my most fond memories were, like, of PKing were, like, make a pure, make a fresh account, go level up magic and ranged to, like, 20. And then go into the wilderness, and we ended up just killing everybody. Until we ended up running into people that were, you know, not good for that. Also, it was actually kind of cool because one of the hotspots for PKing was up here at Hill Giants. There's Hill Giants here at this specific... This is like the 20 line. And so we would end up PKing like roughly around this general area. And like people would... It would be a lot of free to play PKing. It was fun. A lot of fun. Okay, so we ended up getting... I'm not doing animal magnetism yet. Yeah, I don't have... I would need a myth axe. I don't have that yet. Yeah, so we're not doing that yet. A porcine of interest. I could do that. I could do that and then have that as my start for Slayer. What is Pirate's Treasure? I don't remember this one. Varrock, Falador, Bananas. Oh, right. That one. We'll end up doing that later. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. Like I said, I know short stream. I plan to stream tomorrow. I would like to, at least. Even if for a little bit. But we'll see. Weather's been kind of crazy, as well as migraines and all that fun stuff. So, I mean, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But, yeah. I think that's a good spot to call it. I can also, like, start knocking out. I'll probably knock out some of these off stream. Like, I'll probably do Lost City off stream, because I'll be going into the wilderness, and I'll need some law rune or teleport. I guess I could use my amulet, but yeah, I would rather be safe than sorry. I also can do that. You know, some others. You know, some of the early game quests. But yeah. I figure end up knocking some of those out and probably end up doing like I'll probably end up doing like fight arena, waterfall, yeah, I'll do waterfall, fight arena, tree gnome village, the grand tree, you know, stuff like that. And then kind of go from there, I guess. But yeah, I think I will call it. Thank you for hanging out. For anybody that, you know, whether they popped in, just said hi, lurked, chatted, chilled, all that good stuff. Always appreciated. Yeah. So, I do hope that everybody has a wonderful night, and I'll catch you later. All right. Have a good night. See ya.